Welcome to GloveDrop Cannabis Talk. Woo! Okay. Back 1 second. Adjusting everything. So, for any reason, if there's no audio, let me know. But I should have the audio problem all fixed. Okay. What is up? It is Saturday afternoon, evening. I tried podcast earlier, and I tell you guys, it went smoothly, except for there was no audio for YouTube. The audio for iTunes and everything went great. But, you know, everything happens for a reason. So here's take two. There's so much things going on with legalization in the U.S. and in Canada. I thought about I might do a couple a week. I know I'm doing one every Monday, and I might pop in some more during the week. They're just going to be 5 topics I'm going to pick that's going on, and I'm going to talk about them. And then the next episode, I'll pick another 5. So, because like with legalization in Canada, I want to know what's your guys' thoughts about lounges. I have so many different thoughts. Like, right away, is it going to be, it seems like it still has to be a private, you pay to get in every time, you can't just go in and purchase the cannabis like you do like beer, because if you go to like the Pump House in New Brunswick or any bar like MVP down here, you go and you sit down and then you can get whatever you want, water and then something to drink for alcohol beverage. It should be the same idea. You just go there, don't have to pay anything, and then buy cannabis. The U.S. is harder because it's not being legalized federal, just being legalized by states. So it seems like they're going to be going, some of them are going to the model as you pay a monthly fee to become a member. So we'll be talking about that type of things. Yeah, the first one I wanted to talk to about, everybody, is really Girl Scout cookies. Yes, if you haven't heard, there was a girl in San Diego in front of a dispensary, and she was selling Girl Scout cookies. She sold 300 boxes, okay? 300 boxes in 6 hours. Whew. There was a lot of people that were getting ready for the munchies. That's a smart business idea from that girl. But she didn't come up with that. That was already executed in 2014. And then the girl did it again in 2015. But I love it. 2018. And even you had the dispensary advertising it on Instagram. That's what I thought was really, you know. You support your local Beavers, Girl Scouts, you know, and it just goes great with the cannabis strain Girl Scout cookie, that they just don't use Girl Scout cookies anymore. They use GSC. But yeah, it was Urban Leaf, and on their Instagram, it was like, you can find them at Urban Leaf CA. Get some Girl Scout cookies with your GSC today. Until 4 p.m. Have a friend that wants to tag along. Bring them with. Keep on forgetting this. Urban. Bring them with. Shopping is more fun with your friends anyway. I like the hand gesture, you know. Just can't sit still. ADHD. It's a true thing. That's why I'm a medical patient. And it's funny. Girl Scout cookie is a really great strain that I love smoking for it. But this is UK cheese with 24K carat shine rolling paper. But that was a really awesome business plan of that little girl. And I got this article from High Times, and this article was written by Mike Adams. So props to him. Yeah, man. They asked the Girl Scout Federation what their thoughts were. In Colorado, it's banned. No dispensaries, no liquor stores, nothing like that. I think it's a great idea to have it at dispensaries, not liquor stores or grocery stores. You're already buying food at a grocery store. I don't get the purpose of that. So that's my thoughts on that. But all around the states, you can. Hopefully Canada will, allow their girls to be in front of the dispensary type of thing. But, some places are like in Brunswick, they're going to have them right next to a liquor store, so maybe not. Think of that. But I thought it was a really cool article. And I thought, all little girls and all mothers and fathers should, think of that. Cannabis is not harmful, and it can really help provide, a healthy, minty relationship for everybody. So that was the first thing. I was like, fuck yeah. And then, right to my heart. Number 2 is Texas. Texas is getting its first really medical marijuana dispensary, and it's opened up on Thursday. You can go and get CBD oil there. You can go walk. Well, can't just walk. You need to get a prescription from 2 doctors, and that's a thing in Texas that I found out by reading this beautiful article from High Times by Mike Adams again. With this beautiful article about, you need 2 doctors in Texas. Now, there's only 17 doctors that write prescriptions in the whole state of Texas. So that makes it a little difficult. But it's the only place that you can walk in if you have your prescription, and they have it on premise, the CBD oil. So that's really great. There's no other place like that in Texas. So it's interesting to see how, you have just some states there that are just getting on the medical sides. We've been on medical sides in Canada since 2001. So I think that's really interesting, and we should always keep that in mind. But it is really great to see that. I was really happy, and I'm a big believer in the CBD. I got to see that up in Camilton for Parkinson's and everything. And of course, for epilepsy. Oh, another thing in Texas, you can't sell seeds there. It's 100% illegal. So that's I wouldn't want to get caught with seeds. How did everybody enjoy the Super Bowl? You guys love it? Did you ever think that the Super Bowl would have something to do mixed with marijuana? Well, if you haven't heard, if everybody keeping a little hush, thanks again from Nick Lindsay from the High Times for this beautiful article. NFL player Malcolm Butler benched for smoking weed. Boom, boom, boom. I guess if he didn't get high, they would have won the Super Bowl. Dana White, what's he feeling now on weed? Or more on stupid people. So there was a reporter that reported well, not report. There's a guy. He goes on Twitter by Joey Pigskin. A family friend who I trust is well connected in the law enforcement and was in Manny this weekend with local cops. Told me Butler missed curfew, got caught with weed when he came back late to hotel, and subsequently had a meltdown on coaches. And then he goes on, I'm not a reporter. I am not accusing anyone of anything. He tweeted, was passing along information from a friend. That was the best explanation I have heard and thought would bring some clarity to fellow Pats fan. Please stop making this more than that. Whoa. Well, I think that Butler even goes on to say that they gave up on me. Fuck it. It is what it is. He also said, could have changed the game by adding more strength to the Patriots defense as the team struggled to contain the Eagles offense. So I think in his mind, fuck off with the weed and let him play football. They could have won another Super Bowl. I don't follow football, thank God. It's UFC 221 tonight. That's my baby. But in TKO, Adam Durstick lost his title, Kung Fu Panda, because of cannabis. So it's bullshit. I really think other drugs, it's like steroids. That's it. Like, come on. Can you imagine somebody gets popped for fucking shrooms? I want that. That would be crazy. Man, it was in his system fucking just hours before he fought. You know who would do that, I think? I think Nick Diaz would be the only person I would know who would fight on fucking shrooms. But I never heard anything about the Patriots and this marijuana thing till yesterday, so I thought that I learned a lot of fucking interesting things. I was like, man, I gotta let the people know what's going on. Did you guys know that Damian Marley, Bob Marley's son, took a prison and made it into a cannabis weed farm? Him and a concentrate extraction company. They went together. Now you can check out this beautiful song called Medication, and it's on YouTube. Damian Marley, awesome song. But the whole grow up in there, the song is the jail itself, so you can really get to see his grow up and stuff. Beautiful, man, very smart. But what was really cool, and again, High Times, I got it from them. Hannah, AB, second name Hanna. What was really cool that I found in this article. Okay, so Damian partnered up with Ocean Grow Extracts to purchase the Claremont Custody Center in the city of Colinga, Coalinga. The faculty was shut down in 2011 and sold in 2016. The town got $4.1 million for it. They sold it for the sale, which helped them alleviate their helped them pay off their $3.3 million debt. So they still had a little bit under $1 million for the town, the town, the city. Cannabis help in every way. One thing I really love I'm not against taxing cannabis here in Canada. I don't care what other people think. Everybody has their own true opinion. That's what makes us all so great and different. I think it should be, $5, and then with all the taxes, make it up to $8. Make sure they get $3. Okay, I think that's fair. Honestly. Now, with that being said, if that's possible and everything, great. If not, then let's just figure it out. But it should be something like that, $3, $2. The reason I say that is I want our children to have iPads at school. I want our kids to have like computers and everything. Everyone, public school, privates, like, can you? I think with marijuana and everything being legalized, I think it's gonna bring in so many smart, different, like ideas. It just flares up the brain differently, and with the technology it's gonna bring, I can really see stuff like, look at Elon Tusk. I think I said, okay, he has a car that's going around the world right now. Okay, he's like one of the richest men. Well, look what's gonna happen in 5 years if he's doing that. With the roads and everything, I really see I can see it being a Google GPS thing. Might not happen overnight, but I can see it happening. They say yes in 5 years, and then 5 years it'd be all done, the whole world. And then they're like, when they're building it, they're like, well, we shouldn't be doing it on the ground, because we should be doing it up on the level higher, because the water going to be coming, because we have global warming. All of these things are going to happen, and they're going to all think about it, and it will all be solved. Though I think with marijuana and the taxes and everything, I think you're going to see a lot of great things. Now, I don't think it should be all. I think that the government, in Canada for sure, should take our ideas and work with us, not just take it all for them. Like, I don't care about all the money. I want, what's cool things. I think lounges should be really easy and accessible for people to open, just as it is for a bar. Get your bar license. What, a liquor license takes 4 months, 6 months, something like that, right? So make it something like that. Just your weed license. But first, let's figure out how much it all should be. So I thought that was really cool. This article. He's been doing music now since he was 13. So, and it would be cool when everything's legal for both the United States and Canada, because this is going to jump into my next one, because you'll be able to transfer, their concentrates and and we'll be able to buy it, right? Just like export different type of booze and things. So that'd be really cool and interesting. Now, this is something I did not know. I knew if you had a conviction for marijuana, for anything to do with marijuana, you couldn't cross over to the border from Canada to the U.S. ever. You'll be banned. Now, if Border Patrol asks you if you ever smoked marijuana, and you tell them yes, they can ban you for life. Okay. So think about that. I'm a medical patient. If I didn't have a record and I go over there and they ask me, and I'm on YouTube smoking weed, I can't go over. So I'm going to tell you what happened to a Canadian citizen who's been living over the U.S. with his U.S. wife, okay? Shaman Arp. So Shaman, Shimon, last name Abta, from Israel, okay, living in Nevada, was having some U.S. immigration documents notarized and need a photo ID to send with them. The only card he happened to have with him was his ID issued from Las Vegas Medical Marijuana Company, which he was doing work for in Israel. The company. Okay. So he's been a secured situation and visa for 10 years. He's married to an American woman. Okay. This article comes from High Times. No. Global News, Patrick Kane. So what's interesting is so they said they needed some Nevada ID. and then they gave him the documents. So no, they banned him because he admitted to smoking marijuana because he's a medical patient. So I gotta say this. Whew. How does Justin Trudeau go across the border when he admits to already smoking weed and is public and it's all on the news? Celebrities, Tommy Chong and everything. He just came across again. Just, was in New Brunswick. Just every comedian, every actor. Now, legalization's happening in July. So what? We can never, anybody in Canada, so nobody in Canada can ever go over to the US again? You won't be able to smoke? If they really want to be dicks, they can do it, right? Now what? We're just going to be, the guy's going to turn around and drive and don't answer the questions? I mean, that was suggested by a lawyer, but that's very interesting. That's something that I don't know how many people really looked into that and how we're going to try to fix that. Because it's just not like a province type of bylaw, right? It would be like the government. Or United States, right? Not even us. Yeah, when I read this article, that's the first thing I thought. It was legalization's coming. Are they going to try to shut down lounges? Are they going to allow them go? Are they going to let people, do that whole membership thing? It's hilarious that they give out notices to shut down all these dispensaries. They gave them 2 weeks notice. And all these guys is still going strong. You can just go to Weed Maps and check them all out. It's fucking hilarious. None of them are opening up lounges yet. But that's something that needs to be opened up everywhere. It's like Montreal, PEI. But what about crossing the border? If you smoke marijuana, even if you're a medical patient, that's fucked. So I think we need to get Trump on this. Maybe we can get Donald Jr. to tell his dad, hey, relax, Pops. We got to let the marijuana people get through. But it's going to be interesting. Are people going to bring up stinks now about, Justin Trudeau going there, his mother? Oh, how is his mother and Justin Trudeau going there? Answer me that. Okay, guys. I'm going to be back Monday at 10 a.m. That was supposed to be our first show, but I really wanted to get this one out here for you guys. And yeah, I read those and I was like, man, this is a couple things we need to think about. Another thing to think about, why we need lounges in Quebec, is Trudeau, that's where you're from. Remember this, Justin. You have kids. You don't want people and then be, secondhand to smokes. Lounges should be there. Carbon filters, everything. It's smart. Now, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about how Quebec is not letting people grow and how people are going to be able to fight this, and it's going to be interesting because federally all Canadians are like a forward, right? So we'll see. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Enjoy UFC 221 if you do watch that. If not, blaze up that cannabis, relax, and have a great weekend. Munch out on some fruit. Fuck yeah. Peace and love, guys. This is a Cannabis Talk from GloveDrop.